This fourth-headed monster, nursing homes, long-term care insurance, memory care. How are we ever going to pay for that? Oh, hey there, folks. Elder Law Care attorney Patrick Kelleher coming to you from elderlawcare.com. Folks, today's question is, what are some alternatives to going into a nursing home? Because from my experience, nobody ever wants to go into a nursing home. My dear late dad and my dear late mom, neither one of them ever wanted to go into a nursing home. My dad, unfortunately, against his will, ended up in a nursing home after taking a bad fall at home. My mom made a brave, courageous decision to go home on hospice instead because she knew the path of the nursing home, being my dad's caregiver. So folks, let's talk today about some alternatives to a nursing home. Pull up a chair, get your pen out. This is serious subject matter, and let's learn together. Folks, nursing homes, oftentimes most folks do not want to go there, but out of necessity, sometimes they land there after a bad fall, like my dear dad did. But if you can prevent that, and that would be a wonderful thing if you can do that for your family. And let's talk about some alternatives. Number one, if at all possible, medically speaking and financially speaking, at home. Go home and stay at home as long as you can if you're incapacitated, but it's easier said than done, as they say. Why? Because it takes people, it takes skilled caregivers, medical professionals to render levels of care, maybe that rise to a nursing home level of care. So it's not always feasible to go home to be taken care of at home like that, unless you have skilled medical professionals, caregivers taking care of you at home and in a home environment. That's part of it. Number two, how do you pay for it? Because these skilled professional medical caregivers, they need to be paid. And oftentimes private pay CNAs, certified nursing assistants, they can get expensive around the clock, 24/7 around the clock. Run the numbers, $25, $50 per hour, 24/7. It can add up to thousands of dollars per week. How would you ever private pay for that? Hence the reason why some folks end up in a nursing home out of necessity, and they apply for Medicaid benefits, for Medicaid to supplement or pay for their nursing home care. Number two, folks, if the health has not declined that significantly, maybe an assisted living facility where a person can live independently with some assistance. Family members can check on them. And maybe some private part-time caregivers can come in, some certified nursing assistants, to take care of them, maybe help them bathing and showering, medication management, things of that nature, what they call ADLs, activities of daily living. Give some management and monitoring around the activities of daily living. And that may be able to be managed in an ALF, assisted living facility. However, folks, it's really important to know that Medicaid typically will not pay for assisted living facilities. Assisted living facilities are paid for how? Out of your front pocket, private pay. And they can be as much as, from my experience in this area, $6,000 to $8,000 per month, sometimes a little bit less, depending on the assisted living facility. Third way, folks, if someone is physically okay and they may not need nursing home level care in a nursing home facility, but cognitively they're significantly impaired, been diagnosed with some level of dementia, either mild, moderate, or severe, maybe a memory care unit in a skilled nursing facility. And a lot of these skilled nursing facilities will have two different components and different units in their facility or their building. They'll have the skilled nursing facility for nursing home care, and then they'll have maybe a locked unit or secured unit for wanderers or a memory care unit. Also important to know that memory care typically is also private pay, can be as expensive as $9,000, $10,000 per month on average from my experience. Private pay, okay? And a lot of folks do not have the private pay funds to cover that monthly expense, okay? And then folks, as someone's health has significantly declined, where they've been diagnosed with a terminal illness, and typically if they have less than a year to live or 6 months or less to live, then they can go home maybe on palliative care or in a hospital setting on palliative care, which is comfort care, and or even more, take it another step, maybe hospice care, like my dear mom 4 years ago. And hospice care is typically paid for by Medicare, not Medicaid, Medicare. So long as a doctor certifies that the person has been diagnosed with a terminal illness and they've gone home to die, so to speak, and then that doctor can certify up to 6 months of Medicare coverage that will typically pay for most of the at-home hospice care. And usually it's important or necessary to supplement that hospice care with some private pay, certified nursing assistants as well, have some CNAs come in and also do some management of the activities of daily living as well. So there you have it, folks. There are alternatives to going into a nursing home. And of course, if you have long-term care insurance, that's another wonderful asset to have. Long-term care insurance will allow you to supplement some of the private pay care at home, as well as some of the skilled nursing facility pay as well. From my experience, most folks do not have that. But if you do have a policy, make sure you review it, look at the terms, the conditions, and the coverage and the benefits. And if you do not have long-term care insurance, recommend talk to your financial professional and explore and consider the benefits of long-term care insurance to see if you can afford it and to see if it makes sense for you and your family. Folks, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please scroll down, post a comment, post a question, and please follow us, subscribe, and let us know how we can help you. If you'd like to learn more, please pick up a copy of my book on Amazon, How to Avoid the Four-Headed Monster of Estate Planning and Elder Law, or simply go to elderlawcare.com, where you can also pick up a copy of the book and watch some of our other nifty educational YouTube videos and check out some of our other educational elder law programs there as well. Folks, great seeing you here today. Look forward to seeing you again at elderlawcare.com soon.